We know you're tuning in because you're looking for that edge, right? That strategic thinking that really shifts your career from just, well, working hard to actually getting rewarded.
Yeah, if you've ever felt that frustration, where you're putting in all the effort, but the recognition, the promotion, it just isn't happening, then this deep dive is definitely for you.
Absolutely. Today, we're digging into some critical research compiled by our own Beyond Busy Work team. It's all about those unspoken rules for getting promoted.
And the core finding, really, across all the expert sources is this: working long hours, solving problems, meeting deadlines. Honestly, that's just table stakes now.
Right. That's the minimum.
Exactly. Getting ahead, getting promoted, that relies much more on strategy.
So we've taken all this research and boiled it down into 7 key insights. Let's call them the secrets your manager probably knows, but, well, isn't likely to sit you down and explain explicitly.
Our goal isn't to tell you to work harder. It's about understanding the real game so you can stop, waiting and hoping and start playing smarter.
Okay, let's jump right in. The foundational problem first.
Let's do it. The sources call it the hard work trap. And it's a harsh truth, honestly. You can be exceptional in your current role, just nailing everything, but that doesn't automatically qualify you for the next step up.
I think a lot of people fall into that. They think, I'm the best at this job so naturally.
Right. But promotions are really about future potential and, importantly, influence, not just past performance or effort. If you're just seen as indispensable right here, well, you might just stay right there.
You get stuck. Administratively stuck, as one source put it.
Yeah, the consensus is clear. Promotions are less about raw effort, more about how you strategically position that effort.
Okay, so strategy number 1 follows directly from that, doesn't it?
It does. Strategic rule number 1, your work needs to be visible and quantified. This is huge.
Because great work just isn't enough if the right people don't see it.
Or worse, if it's invisible to the metrics that the higher-ups actually care about. Quiet excellence, it just gets lost in the noise, especially in really metrics-driven places.
So the power move here, according to the research, involves getting over that reluctance to self-promote. Right?
Totally. You kind of have to become your own PR department in a way.
One executive coach actually said that people who just spent like 15 minutes a week documenting their quantifiable wins were way more likely, I think it was 3 times more likely, to get mentioned positively in promotion reviews.
And that documentation needs to be specific. It's not just, I did this task.
No.
It's framing it in terms of business outcomes.
Yeah.
So instead of, I redesigned the reporting process.
You'd say.
I redesigned the reporting process, which cut processing time by 20%. And then you add the kicker. This freed up 2 team members for the Q4 growth project. See, activity translated into impact.
That makes so much sense. And that visibility, that documented impact, it perfectly sets up the next rule.
Strategic rule number 2, demonstrate leadership potential.
Because they're promoting the leader you will be, not just rewarding the great job you did.
Exactly. If you look like a fantastic individual contributor, well, that's how you'll be treated. You won't necessarily get tagged for management.
So what does demonstrating that look like? It's not just about doing your own job well.
No, it's about shifting your whole mindset. Moving from just completing tasks to proactively owning problems. A leader doesn't just wait for work to land on their desk.
They go looking for the issues.
Yeah, they ask things like, what's the biggest bottleneck here? What's the inefficiency we keep bumping up against? And how can I help fix it? It's proactive.
And critically, it's also about enabling others, right? Showing you can manage.
Absolutely. If you mentor junior colleagues, help them succeed on a tricky project, you're proving you can lift the whole team's output. That's manager behavior.
Okay, so maximizing impact, enabling others. That leads us nicely into the 3rd rule.
Strategic rule number 3. Align your efforts directly with your manager's goals. This sounds obvious, but it's a massive leverage point.
Right, because promotions often go to people who demonstrably help their manager and the business hit their most important targets.
And this is where people often get misaligned. We tend to focus on the work we enjoy or the urgent fires right in front of us.
Yeah, the squeaky wheel stuff.
But if your manager's success is measured by, say, reducing costs or boosting customer retention, and you're off on some interesting but unrelated side project.
You're not having them win. You might even be working against the grain, promotion-wise.
Precisely. This is where you need to understand things like the team's OKRs or MBOs. What metrics define your manager's success?
Know the scoreboard.
Know the scoreboard. Then prioritize the work that moves those specific needles. Every win you document should ideally tie back to those goals. That way, your manager has concrete evidence of how you contribute to their success when they advocate for you.
Okay, this next one feels different, maybe the most counterintuitive.
It often is. Strategic rule number 4, plan your succession to move up.
Plan your own exit. How does that help you get promoted?
Well, think about it. If you're the only person who knows how to do a critical task, if everything grinds to a halt when you're on vacation,
You're indispensable.
but you're also a bottleneck. You're a single point of failure. Management literally can't afford to promote you because your absence would create chaos.
Okay. So being irreplaceable actually makes you unpromotable. That's the trap.
That's the trap. People hoard knowledge thinking it's power, but the real power is being able to move up.
So how do you escape that? What are the moves?
It comes down to really diligent documentation, cross-training teammates, and actually empowering them. Mentor junior people, let them handle things, let them make decisions.
Step back a bit.
Yeah, step back. If you're answering the same 10 questions every week, document the answers, create a guide, maybe even look into automating that part of the process.
Automate yourself out of the routine work.
Exactly. That frees you up to tackle the bigger, more strategic challenges that the next role demands. It shows you think systemically.
Planning your succession proves you're ready for more responsibility. And speaking of automation and efficiency, that often involves understanding new tech, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Which is a good moment to mention. If you're looking to stay on top of those emerging technologies and trends that boost efficiency and career growth, the Tech Bytes LinkedIn weekly newsletter is a fantastic resource. Really quick, insightful updates.
Definitely worth checking out. Okay, so we've talked about visibility, leadership, alignment, succession. Let's shift gears a bit to the people side.
The soft skills.
Rule number 5. Soft skills are often the promotion ceiling. This came up again and again in the research.
Meaning your technical skills get you in the door, maybe keep you employed.
But it's the soft skills that get you promoted into leadership because the job changes, right?
Right. It shifts from doing the work yourself to getting work done through others. Totally different skill set.
Totally different. Emotional intelligence is key. Understanding your own reactions, managing them, and understanding and responding effectively to your team's emotions.
And resilience too, I imagine. Staying calm under pressure.
Hugely important. How do you handle setbacks? Can you absorb bad news and keep the team moving forward? Provide that steady hand. Managers are definitely evaluating that, maybe implicitly when they consider promotions. It's not just output, it's composure.
That composure, that ability to navigate relationships ties right into the next rule, which can feel a bit political.
Yeah, rule number 6. Network effectively within the company.
Okay, let's be blunt. The sources basically say relationships and who advocates for you do influence promotions, don't they?
They absolutely do. Your direct manager knows your work well. Maybe your immediate team does too. But the senior leaders making the final call, they often rely on the voices of people they trust. Relationships carry weight that performance metrics sometimes don't.
This is where I think a lot of people, especially if they dislike office politics, just kind of check out. They think networking has to be fake or transactional.
Right, but the advice from the sources was really about building authentic connections, not schmoozing.
What does that look like?
It's often centered on curiosity and seeking advice, not just asking for favors. Approach senior people, decision makers, and ask for their perspective on a challenge you're facing in your work.
Show vulnerability and respect for their expertise.
Exactly. Then maybe share a quick, relevant update on your progress later, tying back to visibility. See? Show genuine interest in their goals, their department's challenges. It builds allies who know you and your capabilities without feeling forced or superficial.
Reframing networking as advice-seeking and genuine connection. That feels much more doable. It's about building informed supporters.
Precisely. Okay, final rule. Rule number 7. Drive innovation and change.
Because promotions reward moving things forward, not just keeping the lights on.
If you're perfectly executing a process that's becoming outdated, you're maintaining, not leading. You're not seen as someone shaping the future.
So this means looking beyond just your assigned tasks.
Yes, you need to be proactively spotting trends in the industry or even just inefficiencies in your own department. But then, and this is crucial, you need to formulate and propose solutions.
Don't just point out problems, own the fix.
Own the fix. Leaders who actually create positive change, whether it's through adopting new tech, streamlining a process, suggesting a new approach, they get noticed, they make their manager look good, they help the team stay relevant. That's leadership.
Wow. Okay, so let's try and synthesize this. 7 rules. Visibility, Leadership potential, alignment, succession, soft skills, networking, driving change. The common thread seems to be a pivot, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's a strategic shift away from just being the best doer.
Right. To becoming the most visible, aligned, potential showing leader in the organization, even before you have the title.
Exactly. And if you start consciously applying these rules, you move out of that passive waiting and hoping mode.
You take control.
You take control of the narrative, the data, the relationships that influence your next step. You're driving your promotion strategy.
So, thinking about this, we really want to hear from you listening. What's an unspoken rule for promotion that you've observed in your career? Something we didn't cover.
Yeah, share your experiences in the comments section below. We'd love to read them.
And if this deep dive gave you some food for thought, maybe sparked an idea, please do hit that like button.
And share it with colleagues or friends in your network who might find it useful. We also have a whole playlist on the Beyond Busy Work channel focused on career growth, leadership, getting things done. Definitely check those out for more insights.
Yes, please subscribe to Beyond Busy Work so you don't miss any of our future deep dives. We deliver them straight to you.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's just circle back to that trickiest concept, maybe, succession planning.
Planning your own exit to move up.
We talked about why it's necessary, but think about the positive frame. Isn't the true mark of a great leader the talent they develop and enable?
That's a powerful thought. So here's something for you to consider this week. How could strategically planning your own succession, actually empowering your talented colleagues to step up, be the single most powerful, most leader-like action you take?
It flips the script from bottleneck to enabler. Definitely something worth reflecting on. Understand these unwritten rules, put them into practice, and you really can change your career's trajectory.
Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Beyond Busy Work.
We'll catch you on the next one.